creating the ultimate men's tennis player, from Alcaraz's forehand to Djokovic's mentality. In the first of two features, I will do my very best to build the ultimate men's tennis player, picking solely from the current batch of ATP singles players and the standard they are now all performing at. Keep an eye out for the WTA edition, which will be out tomorrow. The best two players in the world, despite the rankings suggesting otherwise, Jannik Sinner and Carlos Alcaraz are the main candidates for the forehand shot, both destructive off that wing but very different in their style. World number 1 Sinner is relentless with his forehand, hitting the ball flat and deep, suffocating his opponents with his unabating consistency and power. He barely gives players an opportunity to turn defense into attack, changing direction at will and constantly forcing you to move around the court with his accuracy. Alcaraz's genius comes from the variety of the forehand. He can hit an incredibly heavy ball, fizzing it off the court with his pace and topspin, pushing you deep behind the baseline. But like the flick of a switch, he can change up the tempo, hitting the ball at frightening speeds and finding winners from the most improbable positions. According to official data from Tennis Data Innovations, Sinner had the best shot quality on the forehand wing in 2024 with a score of 8.87 out of 10. Interestingly, Alcaraz was down in third, 8.54, with Novak Djokovic in second, 8.67. While this would suggest Sinner has the best forehand, it also potentially reveals that the Italian knows how to use his forehand better than the rest, and is more intelligent regarding point construction and when to go on the attack. So I will go with Alcaraz for the forehand. The spectacular nature of it and the versatility of the shot have the edge of Sinner's unwavering and bulletproof consistency. Daniil Medvedev's backhand is obscenely consistent. Alexander Zverev has one to die for. Djokovic at his best possessed the greatest backhand of all time, which was one of the best strokes in the history of the game. But at this current moment in time, Sinner has the best backhand in men's tennis. Much like his forehand, he is just imperious and absurdly reliable off the wing, striking the ball so flat over the net and with relentless levels of pace. His ability to defend with the backhand is also jaw-dropping, and really, he possesses just so many similarities to Djokovic in that sense. His sliding backhand when being forced out wide is a sight to behold, and there's no way for opponents to draw errors from him either. Sinner led 2024 with an 8.46 backhand shot quality rating, with Zverev in second, 8.13, and Djokovic in third, 8.12. These forehand and backhand numbers just sum up how phenomenal the world number 1 is from the baseline, and how he makes the correct decision time and time again. Matteo Berrettini and Hubert Hurkacz are worthy names to be in the discussion, but with the rise of Giovanni Pericard, he stands out above his competitors. What makes the Frenchman such an exciting prospect is the fact he goes big on his second serves too, meaning opponents are constantly getting thunderbolts fired down on them. According to the official ATP serving stats, which take into account various aspects such as first serve percentage, percentage of service games won, and average aces per match, Pericard is the tour leader over the last 52 weeks, with a rating of 300.9. Berrettini is second, 299.9, and Zverev is third, 298.1. Volleying has certainly become a dying art form in the modern game, with players looking to spend most of their time at the back of the court. Currently, some of the best volleyers include Hurkacz, Grigor Dimitrov, Stefanos Tsitsipas, and Djokovic, of course. But once again, Alcaraz is the man. A great mover and athlete around the net, he also has unbelievable feel off the forehand and backhand side. His drop volley is a thing of beauty. Not to mention his drive volley too, which is utterly clinical. A pretty complete net player all around. A year or two ago, this would have been a no-brainer for Djokovic, who is the greatest returner ever. But much like the backhand, Sinner's remarkable improvement and the Serb's decline have seen the Italian leapfrog the 24-time Grand Slam winner. Just like Djokovic, Sinner has phenomenal elasticity, capable of stretching to balls that look out of range, but then also returning with interest. He reads players' serves masterfully too, meaning every service game is a guaranteed slugfest for his opponent, according to official ATP stats, however, which looks at the percentage of first and second serves won, percentage of return games won and percentage of breakpoints converted. Alex de Minaur is the best returner in men's tennis with a rating of 165.8. Alcaraz, 163.7, and Tommy Paul, 161.6, are second and third, with Sinner in fourth, 157.3. To the naked eye though, it is clear that Sinner is the best returner. Perhaps a factor as to why the other three, who are all fine returners, are ahead of the world number one is because Sinner tends to go deeper in tournaments, facing tougher opposition on a more regular basis, meaning it is more difficult to win points on opponents' serve. It isn't an exaggeration to say that Alcaraz, at the age of just 21, may have the best drop shot tennis has ever seen. What makes Alcaraz's drop shot so special is the fact that he has it in his arsenal as a genuine tactic. While lots of players utilize it off pure instinct, Alcaraz goes into matches, especially on clay and grass, with the intention to use lots of drop shots. And his feel is just out of this world. It is one thing to plan it, but you have to be able to execute it, and Alcaraz does it on a regular basis. His disguise on it is pretty remarkable too, often changing grip last second to surprise opponents. Matteo Berrettini has a pretty average and awkward backhand, but he has mastered the art of not having to use that shot very often, and a reason for that is his gorgeous slice shot. A lot like the drop shot, the slice isn't used that often in the modern game. However, for Berrettini, it is invaluable as a counter-attacking weapon rather than just a defensive one. He is able to keep his slice extremely low and deep, not allowing the opponent to hit an aggressive shot off it and instead forcing them to hit upwards. As a result, it brings Berrettini's forehand into play, a weapon much more destructive than his backhand. We have seen him have great success with this strategy, reaching the Wimbledon final in 2021 before falling to Djokovic in 4 sets. This was a toss-up between de Minaur and Alcaraz, but I think the Aussie just about takes this one. While many might believe that Alcaraz is the quickest, I think there is an argument that his athletic build and explosive movement give the impression that he is quicker than de Minaur. In terms of pure speed, the Aussie probably takes the edge, chasing down balls that 99.9% of the tour would simply just give up on. He is a lot leaner than Alcaraz too, and while that may be deceptive, it could also contribute to the fact that he is quicker. After just mentioning his explosive movement, this is where Alcaraz comes into his own. A freakish athlete, Alcaraz's sensational footwork and ability to move quickly off the mark gives him an edge over all his competitors. It is a joy to watch him glide across the court, and as a result, it is why his all-court game is the best in the business. We have seen it translate into his great success on the natural surfaces too. Whether he is dominating the baseline on the clay courts of Roland Garros, or coming to the net on the grass of Wimbledon, there is nothing to fault about Alcaraz's movement. While Djokovic may be on the decline physically and no longer have the best backhand and return in the game, one thing he has not lost is his tennis IQ. Perhaps the smartest player in history, the Serb has been a master in finding solutions to problems and breaking down weaknesses in his opponents. That IQ also helped him become such an expert in 5-set matches, managing his body and pacing himself through Grand Slams. It is a huge reason why he has been, and continues to be, so competitive at the highest level at the age of 37. Similar to tennis IQ, mental strength is something that has never left Djokovic's game. We have never seen a player as clutch as the Serb and so capable of digging to the deepest and darkest depths to win matches. More often than not, he has come out on top in the biggest matches of his career against the likes of Rafael Nadal, Roger Federer, and even Alcaraz, who is 16 years his junior. Despite not having the same physical prowess as he did a few years ago, he has been able to use aspects like his IQ and mental strength to snatch some incredible results. For example, beating Alcaraz in the Olympic final last year, and beating the same player in the Australian Open quarter-finals earlier this year. He also wrapped up a stunning late-night finish against Lorenzo Musetti at Roland Garros in 2024, with the match finishing at just after 3 a.m. A large testament to his fighting spirit. The greatest men's player of all time for a reason.